Oh man, Iron Fist, Iron Fist, Iron Fist. What are you doing to me, man? After the first 4 episodes, I was really digging it. I loved the characters, the story. I liked where it was going. I thought it had a lot of potential to be a good series. And oh, by the way, if you haven't seen that video of my review, the link is right down there below, so check it out if you haven't already. But now, having seen episodes 5 through 8, whoo boy. This show, man, I don't know. So let's go over the story first. So from episodes 5 through 8, Iron Fist introduces this Erin Brockovich storyline where Rand Industries has a industrial plant, and there have been 15 cases of people getting cancer who live around that plant. So of course they're gonna sue the big company for some buku bucks, and of course the company's gonna fight it and say no, our hands are clean and we have done nothing wrong. Of course, Danny Rand, being the idealist that he is, finds out about it, and he apologizes to one of the people who got sick, and then it goes all over the news, and this leads to not only Danny being kicked out of the board of directors of the company, but also Ward and Joy Meacham. Now Ward actually wants out. He doesn't want any part of it anymore. He's done. He's sick of everything. He just wants to get paid and run away. Joy, on the other hand, she wants to keep her position. She's fought for it, she's earned it, and she's not letting it go. In the meantime, we also find out that Madame Gao and the Hand have been dealing this really pure form of heroin through Rand Industries. They actually have an office on the 13th floor. They're using Rand trucks to ship their product, and they got these slutty pharmaceutical reps going around town and selling it to every Tom, Dick, and Harry. So of course Danny finds out about that too and wants to put a stop to it. So he's going after their shipments. He's going after Madame Gao. He goes all the way to China and to shut down their operations over there, and that's kind of where episode 8 ends. The writing in this show has just gone straight downhill from when I ended on episode 4, and I'll just go into a few examples. First of all, enough with the daddy issues already. We've seen it too many times. If you're gonna use it, bring something new. But Iron Fist not only has Danny worry about his daddy issues, but also Ward and his daddy issues with his dad Harold. So we got two of the main characters, two of them dealing with daddy issues. So it's just been played out already. It provides nothing new. It's just a sorry way to tell a story, and I think that the writers of Iron Fist just took the easy way out to try to develop this backstory for these two characters, and it could have been done in many other ways, and to go the daddy issue route is just played out already. I'm tired of it, so that was very disappointing. Also, there's a lot of missed opportunities on this show. In my first video, I talked about the missed opportunity about casting an Asian American actor as Danny Rand. Now, me personally, I was okay with the casting of Finn Jones based on his race. I mean, the character is a white character in the comic book, so I had no problem with that. But of course, it would have been cool as fuck to see an Asian character play Danny Rand. But hey, I'm over it. But that was a missed opportunity, and there have been more since then. For example, episode 6 has this grand duel with Danny taking on 3 of the Hand's masters. Now, you would think that these masters are really great kung fu martial artists and that these would be 3 epic battles, but they chose some 3 very lame fighters to challenge Danny. One of them is some K-pop wannabe Korean Poison Ivy kind of type person who can't even fight, and I'm like, what the fuck was that about? If you're familiar with K-pop from the 90s, this girl is straight up rocking that Pinkle haircut from when they first had their debut album, so I don't know what that was about. So there was a missed opportunity there to have this really epic fight scene for Danny, and they just totally blew that. And then they keep rehashing this airplane crash sequence over and over again. I feel like every episode. And when Danny and Colleen and Claire are flying over to China to shut down Madame Gao's drug operation, again, of course, they go through that whole plane scenario again, and it would have been okay if they used that scene to bring in something new to the story or something new to Danny's original plane crash episode, but it was the same thing over again. Danny just panicking and having anxiety, and it was again another missed opportunity. And speaking of Nurse Claire, I love Rosario Dawson. I think she's a great actress. I enjoyed her character in Daredevil, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and I understand the need to have her in this episode too, so that she can kind of bring the whole Netflix universe full circle with all of the Defenders characters. But her presence here in Iron Fist is especially just shoehorned right in there. Her introduction in episode 6, I believe it was, she's a student training under Colleen Wing, and it is just so convenient that, oh, as soon as they introduce her, they have someone come in, a character come in who's in need of medical assistance, and only she can save his life. That is just very lazy screenwriting. It's just writing plot points for convenience. And like I said, I really enjoy Rosario Dawson. I enjoy her character of Nurse Claire, but that could have been done a lot better as well. She was just kind of just rammed right in there just to have her in the series, and it was really done in a poor, lazy fashion. And then finally you have Ward Meachum, who ends up killing his own father, Howard Meachum, which was very shocking, by the way. But again, the writers are just so lazy. They have him imagining literally blood on his hands, like, oh, so Ward has blood on his hands. And come on, let's not get too literal here. That is just blatantly obvious, blatantly cliched, such the easy way out. I saw that, I'm like, come on guys, really? You're gonna show literal blood on their hands? I mean, that's just taking it too far. Let's put a little nuance in the story here. How about that, huh? Once in a while, wouldn't that be nice? So the writing has just gone downhill. And one aspect that I'm very disappointed in is the fact about Danny and Colleen hooking up. I knew it was gonna happen. We all knew that it was gonna happen. In my first video of episodes 1 through 4, I had no problem with him speaking Mandarin to get to know her on that personal one-on-one bonding level, and I did say that there was a potential for romance there. But for them to just jump in the sheets in episode 6 or 7, whatever it was, that is just too soon. The switch in Colleen's mindset just happened so quickly like that. I mean, I don't know what the hell happened to say, hey, you know, I don't want anything to do with you, and all of a sudden, boom, I want to jump your bones. It just happened too quick. They should have built that up over the course of the season, I believe. And if that romance happened at the climax of the season at the end of the series, I would have been fine with that if they had just built it up and let it grow organically. But they just forced it on you. They just hook up out of nowhere. And you know, Danny, he's taken a vow of celibacy since he was like, what, 10 years old? The dude's a virgin, man. He's got no moves.
Why you teach me some moves?
And Danny, the next morning, he's like, I apologize. I have not done this kind of thing before. So I did things that I'm not used to. But I had a good time. And Colleen's all like, yeah, I had a good time too. But you know that Danny just did 2 pumps, knocked out, and Colleen probably took out her pocket rocket and finished herself off. There's no way that they could have had a good time. Let's just put it that way. That guy is a 25-year-old virgin, and she's a strong Asian woman. She gets to get hers, so she is a strong man. But anyway, that's besides the point. But that romance happened way too quickly. It just didn't seem natural for them to hook up at that particular time. And I'm very disappointed that the writers didn't take that time to build that relationship naturally, let it grow on the audience, and let it be more genuine. The way they did it was just so forced and so out of the blue, and just didn't feel right whatsoever. So the action scenes, man, I thought they were gonna get better. I thought they were just kind of saving the good stuff for later on. But episodes 5 through 8, the quality of the fights, I must say, has gone downhill. The grand duel between Danny and the 3 handmasters, that sounds kind of weird, but the grand duel between Danny and the 3 handmasters, it was a great opportunity for Danny to show off his martial arts skills, like Bruce Lee did in Game of Death, where he fought Danny Inosanto in a nunchucks battle that's freaking epic. He fought Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He fought that Aikido guy. That was great, where you can see Bruce Lee as a true master being able to adapt to fight any kind of kung fu style. For some reason, Iron Fist, they had this great opportunity to display Danny's powers, but they brought in some random Korean K-pop chick to fight him who had no fighting skills whatsoever. The 2 other dudes, nothing new, nothing special there as well. So again, missed opportunity. They brought in this drunken style boxing, which at first I was like, oh cool, drunken style boxing. You don't really see that in a Western production. But that performance, it's probably the poorest display of drunken style boxing that I've seen in any kung fu film. I've seen better fights in direct-to-video martial arts flicks. Seriously, this is Marvel, this is Netflix, this is high budget stuff. Let's put some money into this, man. Let's get some real action choreographers in there. Let's get some real martial artists in there. Let's really show something. I mean, but man, the fights so far have just been terrible. Like I said in episodes 1 through 4, they're tame, but I thought they would get better, but they've gotten worse, and the fights are just over choreographed, over rehearsed, nothing looks natural. They obviously didn't put the time in to make these fights look natural and epic. I mean, everything is just so bland. And there's also this one scene where Danny and Colleen are doing like a nunchucks battle, and it's so sad. I really couldn't tell if that scene was supposed to be funny or to actually show that they're good at nunchucks. This guy was better at the nunchucks than they were. And Danny, again, he's supposed to be a kung fu master already. He is already supposed to be the Iron Fist. During that grand duel, why does he have to have the monastery monk talking like Mr. Miyagi in the back of his head and telling him how to fight?
Show me sand the floor.
Wax on, wax off. Show me paint the fence. Show me paint the house, side.
He's already a master. He's already gone through the tests and the trials and tribulations at Kunlun. He's mastered all of that. He's beaten the best of the best there. So why does he have such a hard time defeating these street thugs in New York City? He's getting hit way more often than he's supposed to. These fights are taking way too long than they're supposed to if he really was a master. There are ways to show complex fights that are long while also displaying the mastery of that one particular person. And it's been done many times with many martial arts films, but I don't know if it's Finn Jones or the action choreographers or what, but these fights are just very disappointing. They're very lame, and I'm afraid that if that's the direction they're gonna keep going in, I'm gonna end up even being more disappointed than I already am. So I'm hoping they can pick it up for the next 5 episodes, but I'm seriously doubting it at this point. You know, that actor Finn Jones, man, I don't know, man. He is just not the right fit for this character. In my first video, I said that he was adequate. I believe my perception of him has gone even down further since. Now that I've seen Finn Jones without his shirt a few times now, I mean, come on, dude. You got cast as Iron Fist. You probably had at least a few months to train and build up that body, man. That guy has a body like a 12-year-old boy, I swear to God. He has no muscle tone whatsoever. I want to see him take off his shirt and like, bam, you know, like abs and biceps, and you know, like that's just what I want to see in my martial arts stars, you know. I mean, they should have toned bodies that make you believe that they're martial arts masters after years of training. And there was a scene where Colleen is working on some kind of a scar or cut that he has on his arm, and he actually says, ouch. Can you really imagine someone like Jean-Claude Van Damme or Jason Statham or Arnold Schwarzenegger saying ouch? I mean, come on, they just be like, pain good, you know? So that was really fucked up. Danny Rand, again, kung fu master, act like one, come on, man. So episodes 5 through 8, man, it's just gotten worse for me. It's come to a point where, man, I really don't know what to expect in the last 5 episodes. I'm hoping they can finish strong, finish on a high note, bring that storyline a little more tighter together, bring us some more effective action scenes, but at this point, I seriously have my doubts. I did like the call-outs to other Netflix Marvel series, references to Luke Cage. You got Nurse Claire saying "Sweet Christmas." You got mentions of Jessica Jones as a PI. You got a Karen Page reference. So I did like that aspect, little Easter eggs thrown in. But overall, episodes 5 through 8, man, the story is just not meshing. Action scenes are horrible. Acting is just bland. Everything is just too rehearsed. Nothing feels natural. So we'll see how that series ends. So I'll have another video after I'm done watching episodes 9 through 13. Once again, I'm hoping that the show finishes strong and it'll have a good lead up to the upcoming Defenders series, but at this point, I really don't think so. But anyway, thank you for watching, and come back in a few days where I will have my video of the Iron Fist finale up. And once again, if you like my videos and want to see more, please hit that subscribe button. I got 13 so far, so it's going up. So come on and join the party, all right? We'll see you at the next video.